Thanks for tuning in. Hi, I'm Kyla Grogan from HXGN TV. Neste has had PDS for many years to support the maintenance and operation of its Singapore and Rotterdam refineries. Recently, Neste concluded it was the right time to move from PDS to Intergraph Smart 3D and launched a transition program beginning with the Singapore plant. Today we have Markku Erkainen, a project supervisor with Neste Oil. He'll tell us how and why Neste Oil has upgraded from Hexagon PPM's PDS to Intergraph Smart 3D. Thanks so much for joining us, Markku. Glad to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell us, what has Neste Oil's experience been with PDS?
Neste Oil actually has two refineries in Finland, old refineries, and Neste has been Intergraph long-time customer since 1982 since.
Oh, wow.
And Neste has also been early adopters of PDS, and the first PDS project was started in 1987.
So long-time customer.
Yeah. And PDS has been used in Finland a lot. Gradually it has become de facto standard in all the projects. What has helped in that is that Neste had, all these projects have been done with the same engineering company, owned by Neste, surprisingly. And it has meant that the same configuration of PDS has been used in all the projects. But what it also has meant is that all the PDS models created in projects have been left in as Neste property, and these have been maintained over the years. So it has meant that huge number of PDS models has been created there. And it also has meant that Neste has realized the value of these 3D models, not only for engineering, but these have also been used in operations and maintenance.
So why the move to upgrade from PDS to Intergraph Smart 3D? And tell me when you started with that, because again, you said you've been a long-time customer.
Yeah. We realized that PDS can't live forever. So for that reason, we finished one big project to build a totally new production line modeled in PDS in 2007. Then we thought that it's a good time to start looking at the successor for PDS. But S3D, Smart Band 3D at that time, it was not an choice such that we didn't look any other options. But we sent RFI to 4 candidates. And we shortlisted 2 of them based on their response and also their presentations. Intergraph was one of them. And we then continued with these 2 candidates, and one of the requirements that we had was that this new system must have capability to utilize these existing PDS models.
Right, because you had that very integrated into
And there was big amount of money included in those. So we actually made a workshop, or we can call it also benchmark, with these 2 vendors, and check that how they can take these existing PDS models and convert those to native format of this new system.
Right.
And the end result was that then Intergraph Smart Band 3D was selected.
Okay, so now we move forward to the Singapore refinery being the beginning to this project for you. Why, was there a business reason that you chose the Singapore refinery to start with?
The Singapore plant was different because it was a greenfield plant. It was totally modeled in PDS, and we had a very good control of its reference data. So we had, for example, the piping specifications in a database where we could manage those. So we had a technically very good quality data in PDS. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that project in Smart 3D format initially, but we had that option in our mind, so that we really invested during the project in quality of these PDS models, so that these would be ready for the migration later on. Also, these models were made as built, so to reflect the real status of the plant,
right,
and also maintained over these years between the completion of the initial project and when the migration started, so that we really had up-to-date models when the migration decision was made.
So talk about some of the benefits that you've seen, including how much, because this is a big important part, how much you will save in operations and maintenance efforts with the enhanced capabilities of Intergraph Smart 3D. What kind of a difference is it making?
Okay, the fact is still that the value of 3D models is biggest for engineering because it gives good design basis for modification projects, and it gives possibility really to build, as we have heard during this conference, digital twin of the plant. Of course, it has also potential benefits for operation and maintenance. I have seen that there are some people in operations and maintenance organizations who are very interested in utilizing the PDS models or actually 3D models in more general, but there are also people who totally ignore that. And it's very difficult to write any kind of rigid procedure and this is what you should do. So in my opinion, people have to want to use that data.
They have to come to that place where they want to make use
Exactly.
of it.
But what we have made is that we have made viewing models available for everybody who wants to use those. And we have seen that the use of the 3D models is growing slowly, but it's growing. But what is also important is that these 3D models have to be correct. These have to be up to date. Because when somebody looks at the 3D model and sees that it's not up to date, then they will not do it again.
Right. So it needs to be ready to roll when they do engage with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what is your advice to others who are contemplating this move, other companies that are looking at it?
Okay, that's a very difficult question because it depends very much on the situation. But as a general advice, I would say that take this seriously. Because these 3D models have a big value. And these are meant to be maintained during the whole lifetime of the plant. That is 20, 30, in some cases 60, 70 years even. And for that reason, it's necessary to invest in keeping those in good technical shape. So for that reason, I would like to advise that analyze the technical quality of your models, including the reference data, and make the decisions about is it going to be migration or referencing techniques just based on that thing. Because this technical quality is a very important factor when we think what kind of result we can get out of that conversion.
Right.
So it's not wise to spend a lot of money and do not get good results. Then the second thing is that you have to understand that the result is never perfect because migrating a data from a platform that has different data architecture, and in this case it has very old-fashioned data architecture compared to S3D, so it's impossible to get everything translated 100%. So it's important to understand that where the compromises can be made and where the migration has to be correct. And my personal opinion is that piping has to be totally correct because otherwise it's impossible to generate drawings out of that if the pipeline is modified. But in some cases it doesn't have to be exactly correct. Because trying to achieve perfectness is really going to be very expensive, getting the last percentage. Yeah. And the last piece of advice would be that invest also on your own side. Just don't outsource this project to your supplier, but also have your own team who will take care that you get from the project what you have expected. Control the quality, control the project, and also be ready to solve the issues when they come, because definitely there will be lots of issues during the project. So then you can get successful results.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much, Marco. We certainly appreciate you being with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you'd like more information on today's topic, you can visit hexagonppm.com, or to learn more, visit hxgnspotlight.com. Thanks for tuning in.